Welcome back to the Garden with Joy and Holly radio show. Happy to have you along. Miss any of those coupon codes? Want to find out more information about those companies? The garden, the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com underneath the Season 9 tab and the Money tab at the top of the page. Time for your garden questions, our garden answers. Send them on over to GardenTalkRadio@gmail.com. That's GardenTalkRadio@gmail.com or toll free 1-800-927-SHOW. That's 1-800-927-7469.
So I'm growing 44 determinate Romas. They're already flowering. They're only about 2 feet tall. I'm hearing that you should pinch the flowers to let them get bigger before they bear fruit. I see a lot of conflicting information online. I just don't want to do this wrong with so many plants. It's concerning.
So this person's got determinate tomatoes, 2 foot tall. They're blossoming, they're blooming, and this individual feels that the plants are too short and needs to be taller before the fruit should be being put on.
Right. So the answer is that I did a lot of research reading on it, is that because it's so early, like it's early enough in the season, you want to pinch those flowers off to allow for the plant to grow and establish roots, especially a determinate variety, because if you don't let those roots establish properly, then you won't get...
It's not going to be able to pick up the nutrients it needs in order to fulfill the requirement. You're going to get
kind of sad tomatoes, not like those nice, thick, weighty Roma tomatoes, which is what he's going for. I spoke with him, and he wants to make pasta sauce. So you want those nice, like, thick Romas.
Well, and if you pinch the flowers off, it's not going to set the plant back. The plant's just going to go, okay, I got to grow some more, and then it'll do another cycle, and it'll be fine.
Right. There's a reason why those plants are flowering. They might feel that they need to. So pinching those flowers off and allowing the roots to establish is going to be good for the plant.
All right. Why is my cucumber plants only producing female flowers and no male flowers I see in sight? Well, there are certain varieties that only produce female flowers. They're self-pollinating. So maybe you've got that. I don't have a whole lot of information in regards to the addition in the follow-up on this. Also, there could have been where the male flowers were there, they fell off, and the female flowers did what it needed to do. The female flowers have the little fruit behind the flower. So there is varieties that are self-pollinating that a lot of the greenhouses use as well. So that could be part of the deal. That's all I got.
Yeah.
I have beautiful beet tops, but not much on the bottom. What do I do?
You want to thin them out. So if you planted beet seeds have this seed. It's like a seed pod, not a seed pod. Seed cluster. Thank you. Where there's several seeds in one seed cluster. So as those seeds start to bloom, you want to look at each grouping. The grouping of the tops, and then just trim back everything but one, and that will allow the beets to grow properly.
Now, if you have done that and you are seeing that you don't have good beet root, there's a couple of situational issues here. Hydration, if it doesn't get enough water, it's not going to develop a bulb. If there's not enough nutrients in the soil, if you got poor soil, if you got clay soil, if you got rocky soil, those are all contributing factors of why the beetroot is not developing. Climate conditions. Was it too cold when the seed was planted? Is it too hot now? So there's multiple variations of why this may be occurring, and you have to wean it down to, okay, here are the factors in which I believe the conditions are affecting my beets. How can I get rid of fungal gnats in my raised beds? They are everywhere. The raised beds are in the greenhouse.
All right, so you want to spray the dirt with permethrin.
Yes.
It's an insecticide. It's safe for pests when used correctly.
It's safe for pets.
Pets. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
pets.
Yeah. Also, if used correctly, it will. It is safe for humans as well. People will use that and soak their clothing or spray their clothing down, and that is a repellent for the tick as well. So
yeah, I think is it from the chrysanthemum?
I believe so. It is a flower based derivative of that. So my cucumbers have been thriving, but now I'm not sure what's going on. The heat, the sun, they're all wilted during the day. I water in the evening. I'm in Texas. They are very wilted and unsure of what's going on. They may have been, the heat may have had their way with them. Well, squashes, cucumbers, plants with large leaves, even corn, sweet corn, they will curl or wilt during the day to reduce surface area. And then in the evening, if everything is correct, they will firm back up or unroll their leaves. This is a common deal, not a big thing. You want to make sure the soil is moist and hydrated, whether irrigation or watering. If you're watering, you're going to have to double or triple what you think you need to put on that at the base of that plant. Also, being in certain areas of the country, Texas being one of them, you can also look at the option of shade cloth. They come in many percentiles from 10 to 20 to 30 to 40, 50, 60, 70%, and you can put that over the plant in order to reduce some of the intensity of sunlight coming and hitting your plant and taking some of that stress away from the plant so it can focus on production.